All right, everyone. Ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Rohan asked, his voice full of excitement. 4 friends, bursting with excitement, piled into their car. Their destination, Darjeeling, the queen of the hills. Priya. I can't wait to see those tea gardens. This is going to be amazing. Rohan, the level-headed leader of the group, adjusted the rear-view mirror. Next to him sat Priya, the ever-optimistic one, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. In the back were Vivek, the group skeptic, and Maya, the quiet observer clutching her camera. Their laughter echoed through the car, a symphony of youthful exuberance. They were ready for adventure, their spirits soaring higher than the majestic Himalayas that awaited them. Vivek. You know, I've heard a lot about Darjeeling, but I'm still a bit skeptical about all those ghost stories. The miles flew by in a blur of chatter, laughter, and shared dreams. Each bend in the road brought them closer to their destination, the air growing crisper, the scenery more breathtaking. They rolled down the windows, letting the cool mountain breeze wash over them, carrying with it the scent of pine and the promise of something extraordinary. The excitement was palpable, a tangible energy that vibrated within the car. Meera. Guys, look at that sunset. It's like the sky is on fire. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, they finally reached Darjeeling. The town, nestled amidst rolling hills carpeted in emerald green tea plantations, welcomed them with open arms. The air was alive with the aroma of freshly brewed tea and the distant sounds of temple bells. They had arrived. Rohan. Here we are, everyone, our home for the next few days. Their destination was a charming colonial bungalow, perched atop a hill, overlooking the sprawling tea gardens. It was a place frozen in time, its weathered walls whispering tales of a bygone era. As they stepped out of the car, a shiver ran down their spines. The air was suddenly still, the silence broken only by the rustling of leaves. An unsettling feeling settled over them, a premonition that their adventure was about to take an unexpected turn. As they gathered in the bungalow's dimly lit living room, their host, a weathered old man named Dorji, regaled them with stories of the region. His voice, roughened by time and countless cups of Darjeeling tea, held a hint of warning as he spoke of a local legend. Mr. Ray. There was once a British tea planter, driven mad by love and loss. He roamed these hills as a restless spirit, seeking solace he could never find. Dorji described the planter's unrequited love for a local woman, a love forbidden by the societal norms of the time. The woman, bound by duty and tradition, had refused his advances, leaving the planter heartbroken and enraged. Consumed by his despair, he took his own life amidst the tea gardens, his spirit forever bound to the land he had both cherished and cursed. Vivek. Come on, it's just an old wives' tale. There's no such thing as ghosts. The friends listened intently, captivated by Dorji's tale. While Vivek scoffed at the story, dismissing it as mere superstition, a seed of unease had been planted in the others' minds. The legend, woven into the very fabric of the hills, seemed to seep into their bones, chilling them to the core. Priya. I don't know, Vivek. There's something about this place. It feels different. As the night deepened and the wind howled outside, Dorji's words echoed in their ears. They couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being watched, that the legend of the heartbroken planter was more than just a story. The shadows in the corners of the room seemed to lengthen, taking on sinister shapes. The bungalow, with its high ceilings and creaking floorboards, felt heavy with history. Each room held an air of mystery, as if the walls themselves were whispering secrets. The friends explored their temporary home, their laughter echoing through the empty halls, a feeble attempt to dispel the growing sense of unease. Their rooms were spacious and airy, yet a chill seemed to linger in the air. The furniture, though antique and beautiful, appeared cold and uninviting. Priya. Look at this old gramophone. I wonder what kind of music it played. Priya noticed an old gramophone in the corner, its horn covered in dust. She ran her fingers over its surface, imagining the melodies it must have played in a bygone era. Meera. Everything here feels so ancient, like it's holding on to the past. As the day wore on, a series of strange occurrences began to plague them. Doors creaked open and slammed shut on their own. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, too faint to decipher, yet loud enough to send shivers down their spines. Objects moved mysteriously, as if guided by an unseen hand. At first, they dismissed these events as tricks of the old house, but as the day turned into night, their skepticism began to waver. Fear, like a creeping vine, started to take root in their hearts. The legend of the heartbroken planter, once dismissed as a mere story, now felt all too real. The following days were a blur of breathtaking scenery and unsettling events. The friends explored the tea gardens, their cameras clicking away, trying to capture the beauty of the rolling hills and the vibrant green of the tea plants. Yet, even in the bright sunlight, a sense of unease followed them. Vivek, did you guys hear that? It sounded like crying. One evening, as they gathered in the bungalow's living room for dinner, the lights flickered and died, plunging them into darkness. A collective gasp escaped their lips as a cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing the candles on the table. Fear hung thick in the air, suffocating them. Priya, Rohan, what's happening? This is really freaking me out. Suddenly they heard it, a low, mournful cry echoing through the house. It seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, a sound filled with pain and longing. Rohan, stay close, everyone. We need to figure out what's going on. Priya clutched Rohan's arm, her eyes wide with terror. Even Vivek, the resident skeptic, looked visibly shaken. As quickly as it had begun, the sound ceased. The wind died down, and an eerie silence descended upon the bungalow. They sat in the darkness, their hearts pounding in their chests, each of them wondering if they had imagined the chilling cry. But deep down, they knew they hadn't. Something was amiss in the bungalow on the hill.